Hey guys, what's up? It's Paul with you today. Today we're going to do top 3 exercises for forearms. And you know what's funny? A bunch of you guys are like, Paul, you should cut your hair short. You should let it grow it out. This is just dead hair cells, right? Dead body cells. And by our hair, we judge people's personalities. Like, they have short hair, they must be professional. They have long hair, they're bald. You're basically judging people by the dead hair cells they have on their head. This is nothing. This is just hair. It has nothing to do with personality. It's just so funny. Alright, so here's how our form works. A lot of you guys might have thought that we have muscles in our fingers. We really have no muscles. The muscles are right here. There's a string tendon that goes to our fingertips, attaches, and the way we pull down our fingers or our forearm down is by these muscles flexing. So if you look at my hand, you can see how by bringing my fingers in, different muscles in my forearms work. Basically, they're like strings pulling my fingers down all the time. And the same way, we have muscles right here on the back which pull our hand back, but they're much smaller, and most people who do bodyweight workouts don't work these out because you usually need weights to work them out, but I'll show you an exercise for them today as well. So just keep that in mind. What the muscles here do is they pull the hand in. So the way we work them out is by applying resistance and pulling the hand in. Alright, first exercise. Just the hanging position in itself makes us flex our forearm in order to hold our hand in position. But the less friction, the better, because friction helps you stay there. The less friction you have, let's say if this was covered in oil, the more you're slipping, the more you're just using pure strength. So the first exercise is just to hang. This is beginners. Hang as long as you can. And once you get better and better, this is what we're going to do. We're going to subtract fingers. So try hanging by 3 fingers and fingertips. Then try hanging by 2 fingers. Then try hanging by 1 finger. So raise the other one up as much as you can. Switch. Then try different fingers. So raise the other ones up. Hang as long as you can. Basically, that's the whole purpose of this exercise. Is to use as least fingers as possible to hang as long as you can. It's an isometric exercise, and you'll really feel it here as it starts fatiguing. That's number 1. And the bigger the bar, the wider the bar, the more difficult. So this is a skinny one. If you were to grab a bigger one, the bigger it is, the harder it is to hang. So that's the first exercise for our inner forearm. Once you get used to doing it on those bars with your legs on the floor, you can move on to hanging with your whole body weight, and then also subtracting fingers and hanging by your fingertips. So less and less. You can try hanging on 2. That'll take you a while. But you can try hanging on 2 fingers, and that'll really get your forearms. Another good thing to do is to train on 1 arm. Instead of hanging on 2 arms, hang on 1 arm for maximal amount of time, as much as you can. This will really get it for you. The bad thing about this, you might get blisters right here, calluses. Don't worry about it. It's just part of the process. Okay, for this one, keep in mind there's 2 ways of doing it, and always remember what we're doing. We're applying resistance, pulling our hand in. That's the whole point. Fingers in, palm in. So what we start is we are very high place, very high surface. You can use a table, anything you want. Your hands are lying flat, and use your fingertips to pull yourself up. Alright, so use your fingertips and you bring your palm up. You're basically pulling it in with applied resistance. And here are the 2 ways you can do it, because I mentioned 2 ways. First way, of course, is by going lower and lower. So I'll go at a lower surface. Then I could go on a lower surface, lower, lower, until we reach the ground. We can do it on the ground. So we're standing, and we're using our fingertips. I can't really do it. It's too difficult this slow. Use your fingertips to push yourself up from the ground. That works your forearms. Like I did a few right now, I already feel it. If this is too low, use a higher surface. Find that sweet, perfect spot where you can do it. Use a bench. That's the first way to do it. The second way to do it is instead of going lower, you're going under it like this, and you're still doing the pulling movement. So I would bring my body up using only my forearms, no swing, perfect strict form. So I bring my wrists up, and when I bring my wrists up, that brings my whole body forward, and I'm using just my forearms to do this. No swing in my lower body or in my core. The core just holds me in place. Alright, all you guys to say I only do body weight, I don't lift weights. If you guys don't want to pick up a gallon of water or a gallon of milk and just do this exercise right here where you hold it in your hand and you pull it up to work out the back of your forearm, then here's an exercise, and you can brag to your friends that you do everything body weight, even the back of your forearm, which nobody works out usually. So you get a flat surface. A tree might hurt the back of your hand, but get a flat surface, put your hands against it and lean some weight on it. And what you're doing the opposite movement of we were bringing our hands in. Now we're bringing our hands out against resistance. So we're holding our hands against the tree. This might look funny, but this is how it's done with body weight. And you push yourself back using only your hands. I'm not using any of my core muscles or leg muscles or calves to push myself back. They are stabilizers, they hold me in place, but I'm using only the back of my hand to bring me up. Alright, and same thing as with that one, we go lower and lower to make it harder. Exactly the same thing here. So I'll show you one against the bar. Same thing. So now I'm a little lower. I use... that's hard. I never work these out. I use the same resistance and I go lower and lower. And if it's too easy for you with two hands, you can use one hand to do the same. So I'm using one hand to bring myself up. And you'll definitely feel it after a few times. It gets the back, the other one gets the front. So now we got our forearms all done. And the best exercise, this is like a bonus. Grab yourselves two of these things, black poles, or if you can get a ledge, maybe in your garage or on top of a building, and hang on it for as long as you can. This is probably the best to finish off, because your hands are tired, you barely hold on, and because of its thickness, you have to grasp it with your whole hand. And it fatigues the hands really fast. So here's 3 exercises for best forearms. Check out more videos, subscribe if you want more. There's a lot of bodyweight videos on this channel. See you guys later. Bye-bye.